Maybe we need to pad this episode out with what are the best metal songs about cars.
All right, hello and welcome to this week's episode of Reels of Steel, the heavy metal movie podcast where we talk about the leather-clad, stud and baseball bat wielding and occasionally BC Rich wielding heavy metal champions of steel classic cinema. There we go. That sounded like a sort of spiel, didn't it, that someone would say in a podcast?
Put that on the back of a t-shirt, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Heavy metal hell. There we go. We'll just put that on a t-shirt.
We'll do that.
We won't bother with like the podcast name or anything. We'll just write.
No, because no one cares. But hello. We're here to talk about heavy metal movies again. Thank you for joining us on this road to hell.
Maximum metalosity.
If Stephen King on cocaine this week.
Yay! That's right. Last week we spoke about 1986's Trick or Treat with its single band soundtrack. This week we're talking about 1986's Maximum Overdrive with its single band soundtrack. Oh, we didn't even introduce ourselves, did we, either?
No one cares who we are. We're nobody.
It doesn't matter. Hello, I'm Matt. I'm part of this ridiculous guide through all sorts of things where basically an excuse to watch college co-eds being stabbed with BC Riches. And I am joined, as always, by my equally billed co-host.
That's right.
Tom.
We're co-headliners. Just because you're last on doesn't mean you're the headliner. Is this podcast an exploration of heavy metal culture? Is this podcast trying to find the definition of a heavy metal movie? Or is this podcast two idiots making jokes about Danzig for roughly 1 hour until we're too drunk to coherently talk?
I don't see why it can't be all of those things.
It's all these things and more.
Exactly. It's all things to all people, as long as those people are metal. And
that's right.
If they're not, they must leave the podcast.
Because they are both a wimp and a poser.
Wimps and posers. Yeah.
So 86's Maximum Overdrive. What a stupid film.
I was thinking about this, and normally we start by saying, like, what's the best album of that year or something, but we did them all last year because it was an 86. Last year?
In 85. Last week.
We did them last week, and 86 was a wicked year for metal, right? But
it was.
What's your favourite Stephen King movie?
That's a good question. Ostensibly, the best one is The Shining, but it's probably not the most fun one.
There's a lot of
that's a good question. There's Pet Cemetery's quite good fun. You've got It, and you've got It, and you've got It 2. So there's lots of It's. Doctor Sleep was quite good.
Doctor Sleep was good, wasn't it? Better
surprisingly good. So didn't expect it to be quite that good from a sequel, 30 years later. I don't know. I haven't actually given that much thought to that one.
Thinking about it, it's like The Running Man is a Stephen King movie.
Because it wasn't Stephen King. It was his. What is it? Not. What's his pseudonym?
Richard Bachman, right?
Richard Bachman. Yeah. Right. Probably The Running Man then, because it's great. It's really fun.
I mean, there's fucking Shawshank.
Harry? Shawshank?
That's probably
Joe. Oh my God, there's so many.
There's loads. I've got a list.
Christine?
Wikipedia has a list.
Hang on. That's a Stephen King one about a killer vehicle.
The Lawnmower Man. Salem's Lot, that was good.
Salem's Lot. Oh my God.
It's all in there. Oh, Silver Bullet with the werewolf and the paraplegic and Gary Busey. It's got it all.
It's got quite a lot. Stephen King has got he's his own genre, really. He just pumps them out, and they're mostly good. It's a pretty high hit rate, but I might argue Maximum Overdrive is a rare dud. It's his
only directorial effort.
Yeah. And it's a movie that even when I watched basically as a child, I probably shouldn't have done. I thought this is really stupid. This doesn't make any sense. Transformers has more logic to it. This is stupid.
Yeah.
And
So, I mean, there's a whole thing about a comet and stuff at the start, right? But, and the Earth's in the tail of the comet at the time, and all of the machines in the world come to life and try to kill a bunch of dudes. And
that's the plot.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the logic that confounded my child brain was like those things can't move on their own. They need pressure applied or someone to turn a wheel or press a button for things to work. And if no one's doing that, how does it happen? And that's
not like today, is it? Like ChatGPT could take over our podcast at any moment and infinitely improve it, I'm sure.
It might have already happened. Maximum Overdrive, what is it? What's going on?
Trucks run people over. That's it. That's all you
and a lawnmower too. But I think the best mode. So what happens? So
lawnmower's not even in the book, though. Apparently,
it's fun.
Trucks in the book.
The story was called Trucks, wasn't it? It was a short story from. But yeah, so what happens? So the opening of the movie is probably the best bit, where Stephen King gets insulted by an ATM.
He calls him an asshole.
It's great, and there's a big sign above it that says "fuck you,"
which I think thought was banks might as well have signs that say "fuck you" on the front, anyway, right? So yeah, basically, all the trucks in the world come to life and decide to run people over, along with assorted electric knives and banking machines and lawnmowers.
Yep. Vending machines.
And vending machines. And I hadn't watched it since I was, 14 or something. I was a little bit surprised at how sort of brutal it was, because that vending machine full on murders a whole bunch of kids, doesn't it?
It's one of the rare fuck them kids movies where children die. Which you don't see many of them, but I do quite enjoy them because you don't get to see it very often. And generally, kids in movies are insufferable little wankers who do deserve to die. So when the movie goes "fuck them kids" and just wipes them out with cans of Coke and a steamroller, I'm like, yeah, die. So I quite enjoyed those bits. There's a bit at the start so what happens? There's a comet, then they attack people, and that's kind of it. And Emilio Estevez and Lisa Simpson are in a truck stop.
It's a bunch of 70s character actors. You've got, I think the guy who plays the kid, he's in The Prophecy. You remember that?
I do remember that.
We should talk about Prophecy 2 at some point because it's got Danzig. But
there we go.
Not Prophecy 1. You've got the chick from Buckaroo Banzai as the love interest. You've got former Mrs. Donald Trump as a sexy waitress.
Yep.
Commissioner Gordon, of course, from Batman, and Emilia Estevez is in there as well, right? And he looks like he's like fucking, and Lisa Simpson. And they're all in the truck stop. Well, Lisa Simpson's not in the truck stop at the start, right?
But yeah. So basically, it's kind of survival horror, but everyone's stuck inside a truck stop. Yeah. But instead of it being zombies or vampires or anything like that, it's lorries. It's lorries, Arctics, vans circling around them. And that's sort of what happens. And then there's some internal conflict. People get shouted at. Gus Fring gets killed by a vending machine at the start.
He deserved to. If anyone deserves to, Gus is the man who deserves a Pepsi to the head.
A very young, what's his name? Giancarlo Esposito? Is that his name? It's something like that. But Gus Fring out of Breaking Bad in an early role gets fucked up by a vending machine, or is it not? It might be an arcade game, in fact. But
he gets hypnotized to death by arcade machines, which is true. If anyone, obviously, like, nobody plays computer games anymore. Like that was just a fad in the early 80s, right? And
that's right.
The moral majority was right. It was dangerous and destructive, and it made people violent. And now we have no computer games. There's much less crime and gun death in the United States of America.
I certainly haven't spent about 20 hours this week playing Witcher, so that's definitely not what happened.
Right? Yeah.
So there is a really good bit at the start of the movie. So there's a bit where Stephen King suffers techno fear and gets told to fuck off by the bank. There is a really cool sequence where a bridge goes up and there's the car still on it, and then the car starts falling back down while AC/DC plays.
AC/DC, I love AC/DC. I don't care what anyone says. I know they're like the biggest band in the world ever, and that makes me a mainstream fucking idiot, but they're great.
So what I did like is when the credits were rolling at the start of the movie, when they said soundtrack by AC/DC, they actually did the AC/DC logo. I thought that was a nice little touch. And I was like, look at that. It's clever.
Stephen King was just a big fan, right? And just wrote in and said, "Dear Angus." Do you think who would you write to in AC/DC?
I just write to Dear AC/DC.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd address it to. AC/DC, Australia, or possibly Geordieland, and it would definitely get to them. And they'd say, "Oh, hello," because that's what AC/DC sound like. Hello.
Good day, Cobber, they'd say.
Stephen King has written to us. I don't know why they sound like that. To us, the soundtrack for a movie called Maximum Overdrive.
they sound like Spinal Tap.
Exactly. That's how I envision them. I know that they're Australian / from Newcastle, but that's how they sound to me. And they all say, "Oh, that sounds like a great idea."
Like, I can imagine like Malcolm Young being like, like in The Simpsons, where Ringo Starr is replying to all his fans, "Dear Lisa, please excuse me."
And he spent all his time doing that, and that's why he never graduated from school. That's why he dresses like that.
There we go. The history of Angus. So, do you think Angus owns the Angus Steakhouse chain in London?
He absolutely does, and he's been ripping off tourists for years, and that's why he's the richest man in the world.
Far richer than any other AC/DC members, I reckon. So, I get a lot of AC/DC email from the AC/DC store, and like they'll put their logo on anything now. It's like they're clearly
like the Kiss style.
Fair play to them, though.
Yeah, so a bridge goes up. Lots of cars fall down in a fun, practical sequence, which is good. And the guys running the bridge are like, "Oh, what the fuck's going on?" And what is going on? Green evil from space has infected the machines.
I'd like to see a nice, lovely, shiny yellow evil from space at some point.
Isn't that? But that's Sinestro from
Green Lantern.
from Green Lantern. Yeah,
maybe not.
In DC Comics, green is the color of good, whereas yellow is the color of evil. But in movies, as we have kind of found out from Heavy Metal, this, and I think
Trick or Treat,
that green is clearly the color of evil.
Lots of stuff, like in Prince of Darkness, like that. The
green
ooze is green. Ghostbusters, like there's green slime stuff.
Kind of ectoplasm, but in the second movie, the green. The river of slime. That's it. It's the river of slime. That's it's purple. So, but that just takes
purple. That's evil, isn't that? Like the Green Goblin costume or something, right?
Which brings us straight back into Maximum Overdrive, because one of the lead truck bringing another load of joy to you is the Green Goblin truck, which.
It seems a bit weird, though. Like, I know it's like a toy truck, but the toy company has put the goblin on the front of it. And they're like, what symbolizes our lovely toys company? What about a hideously deformed evil goblin that will also definitely run into major copyright issues over.
Yeah, but maybe they're also owned by the Silver Shamrock Corporation.
Which, of course, is owned by Stan Lee. Like, you've got Peter Parker, Matt Murdock, there's all the alliteration. Silver Shamrock, same thing.
Silver Shamrock.
So you know.
That's how we know. So what is Emilio Estevez? He's out on parole, I believe. And he's got a job in a truck stop, just washing them dishes. And his boss is a dick. And if he gets in any more trouble, or if he doesn't work extra hours, he's going to get another black mark on his parole form. Back in the big house, back in the slammer for you, Emilio. That's what he's doing in the truck stop. Everyone else is sort of there because they've stopped, because it's a truck stop.
Yeah. So because they're a hysterical waitress.
She gets attacked by a knife, or an electric carving knife. But Emilio selflessly attacks the knife, gets it away. And this is the thing that happens in the movie. This movie doesn't make any fucking sense. There's not really a plot, is there?
No, they're all in a room, and it's like, things occasionally come to life and try to kill them. And then because they're in a truck stop, lots of trucks want to come in because there's petrol there. Okay, so like the aliens have brought all the machines to life, right? Seems like pretty poor planning on their part, where they're like, oh, we'll make all the cars and trucks go mad, but they'll still have to get fuel, but they have no ability to fuel themselves. And
so this is again part of my child mind. Sort of, this doesn't make any sense. If the trucks can move their own pedals and steering wheels without human intervention, then what is the limit to their telekinetic ability? Surely the alien force could.
Why not the petrol pumps alive?
Petrol pumps,
the gas pumps wiggling out like snake.
Yeah, snake out and get into the thing, and then carry on. But that's clearly a step too far for Mr. King.
Yeah, well, it's
that's stupid, isn't it? Whereas a machine gun mounted on a trolley can move itself around and fire itself. Doesn't make any sense at all. So,
popular rap pop punk star machine gun trolley.
Yeah. Well, this is one of those moments as a not a young child, but like maybe a tween, where like a movie didn't make sense, and I was like, no, I'm cleverer than this film, and that's like one of the first times I thought that. So it was kind of like a realization that there are a lot of stupid people out there, and they're allowed to make movies.
It is
so maybe I could make a movie.
I feel like in the hands of someone who wasn't like a ridiculously coked up horror auteur, it could have been pretty good, because there's some shots at the beginning and stuff where I was like, this could be a John Carpenter film. This could be like Assault on Precinct 13 meets Christine, right? And it would probably be, because Christine's like, it's not great, but it's got its moments because John Carpenter's great, or was at that time.
Yeah.
Like, they should have got him to do it. Obviously, there'd be like, electronic keyboard versions of popular AC/DC songs or it.
Quite good fun. That's probably quite a good album. But yeah, I think if someone tried to make this movie now with actual self-driving cars and actual robots and things that logically do not require human intervention to make them work, it would make a lot more sense. But this one doesn't really make any sense. And it is dumb as fuck. I don't know if it's gone too dumb as fuck. Like there's a level of dumb as fuck where it makes something really good, and if it goes too far,
high concepts, isn't there? Like movies crashing into the earth. Okay, I can deal with that, but like some things come to life, but not others, depending on what the plot thing.
Yeah.
And I can forgive a lot of things when they're just like, fuck it, stick some AC/DC on and have some explosions. And there are some quite good explosions and, a few gruesome deaths and stuff, and loads of AC/DC. And it's like,
There's some people fire rocket launchers, and that's quite good fun. Yeah, explosions are fun, but Yeah,
reasonably lucky that they had rocket launchers in the basement of a truck stop.
I mean, don't you have rocket launchers in the basement of your truck stop?
I've got mine's full of white slaves, unfortunately, so it's not any room left.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Techno-fear is happening again. All the machinery's ganging up on me. Vivian!
Get out of the way, Neil. Me and machinery have a very special understanding.
So there's also a subplot of a small boy being pursued by various power tools, basically, after his little league team gets wiped out, which is probably the best moment of the film, where they all get fucked over by cans of pop. But yeah, that's it. And he comes back, and his dad's
pop. There we go. That's
and he has to make it to the truck stop as well, but then finds out his dad is also dead by truck. But yeah, that's the other plot. Boy goes to truck stop. Truck stop people try to survive trucks and escape. That is the plot, isn't it? There's nothing else to it.
There's like a little bit of detail on the radio, isn't there, where they say or on the TV at the start, where they say some devices seem to be waking up more slowly than others.
I didn't even notice that bit.
It's like a one-liner in the background, but on the news report, which maybe that explains it. But the married couple's car is fine all the way there, isn't it? And doesn't crash them into a tree or anything.
That's true.
Yardley Smith is even more annoying than Lisa Simpson, who she famously plays, right? So in this film, I think this is the most annoying person in almost any film.
Yeah, she's shrill and has that voice.
She's meant to be sympathetic and nice as well, but
is she?
Even future Mrs. Donald Trump, who's particularly annoying, she's even more annoying than she is than her in this film, you know?
Yeah. Did you want anyone to survive? Did you give a fuck about any of the characters in the truck stop? Or were you just sort of I hope you all get run over?
No, I don't think I cared enough about anyone in this film.
No one was particularly likable. They all kind of deserved to bite it under the wheels of a Mack truck.
Yeah, Commissioner Gordon, Bubba, the truck stopper, right? He's a decent character actor from the set off the 70s, right? And I quite like films when, people like that turn up and Rip Torn turns up in a weird part or something. And you're we're going to get some acting, Everyone just feels like they can't really be asked.
No, no performance is particularly dialed in. And
Emilio Estevez is just sort of wallpaper, He's not. Emilio Estevez is not a great actor, let's be honest, given the genetics.
And I didn't care if anyone lived or died. And so when they escaped to a boat, and boats apparently not alive.
Boats are fine. Yeah.
Boats are fine because they're
also rocket launchers. Rocket launchers are fine, but machine guns are not, apparently.
No logic to it. I didn't care. I was if you all died right now, wouldn't give a fuck. And that's kind of the movie, which is disappointing, considering raging steel, death on 18 wheels. That could be great fun.
There's a lot you can do, just look at Killdozer, right? There you go. Fucking terrible movie, but also wicked.
There's a lot of fun to be had with vehicles, like Duel, which is a much simpler movie. You don't even. Again, that truck could have been driven by itself. We don't know, but that's a wonderful sort of masterclass in low budget thrills. And that's the difference between Steven Spielberg and Stephen King. Yeah, there's lots of fun you can have with that. And so AC/DC soundtrack quite good because it's just AC/DC songs.
Yeah, and I have happy memories of that album. I went on family vacation to Disney World when I was about 11, maybe. We flew to Miami, but had to drive up to Orlando, and I had my Walkman, I had 3 or 4 tapes, and that was one of them. And that album works quite well for just, cruising down the endless highways or turn.
It's a kind of a greatest hits album with also Who Made Who I think was written for the movie, right?
Yeah, and a couple of like instrumental, like DT is one of like the instrumental bits that are in there. And then they're like, yeah, stick a few old bits and bobs on there and done, right? Which is fine, you know.
Yeah, fine. But yeah, I don't know this much. This is a bit of a crap one because this movie is there's not a huge amount to say about it. It's not amazing. It's not awful, which is fun to talk about. It's sort of middle of the road. See what I did there? It's a bit of a difficult movie to talk about because it is middle of the road. See what I did there? It's not awful, which is great fun to talk about. It's not great, which is also good to talk about. The soundtrack is just one band, and it's AC/DC. Yeah, everyone loves AC/DC, but everyone knows AC/DC, so there's not much to say about it. So maybe we need to pad this episode out with what are the best metal songs about cars.
We probably do. I mean, there's quite a lot, or just vehicles of any kind.
Otherwise, well, we'll just talk about Saxon then, won't we?
Yeah, basically. I was just thinking I'll just get my Saxon vinyl out and we'll go through that. But
yeah, there's one per album at least. I mean, you know,
there's a lot of albums about roads and traveling in general, and there's plenty about evil machines and alien invasions as well, right? So. Oh, this is my other thing about this movie. At the end, we get a little postscript that says a bit later, a couple of days later on, something in space was blasted by a Russian weather satellite that happened to have nuclear missiles on board, right? And so the satellite was fine, presumably, and still under human control.
Good point. I hadn't even considered that.
So what, were computers okay? They could only do... Because, like, the bicycle's okay that the kid's riding around, so non-powered machines are fine. And then computers, if sophisticated enough, are fine.
The ATM told the man to
yeah. So this is a pretty fucking mid-range alien invasion force, isn't it? It's like, what's a mid-range place to take over? Like, oh, we've taken over Montana and Belgium or something. It's like, places that are fine, where they've got nice stuff, but they're not really making big splashes on the world stage right now.
They can be taken over by a lawnmower. That's fine. No one cares.
Melbourne.
Sorry, Belgium.
There's a bit about like what's their plan. Like the guy's talking about, it's a broom and they're trying to kill us all off, right? So they can come down and. But there's got to be more straightforward methods of killing, of kill all humans than this.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. There's no logic.
Well, cocaine is a hell of a drug, right? So
it is, but I mean, he was also like Stephen King was also churning out book after book through the power of coke. He overstepped. Trying to direct a movie. I think that's the problem. And what I heard was it's George Romero did a lot of the directing on it, or was a consultant director on it, which that's maybe why it has that sort of survival horror, people stuck in a place with evil outside. But with Romero, it was zombies, and that makes more sense. Whereas with this, I think he's doing the best he can, which is why occasionally it looks quite good. I mean, if this is like Stephen King's directorial debut, he's never made a short film or anything like that. Decent effort.
Yeah, there's there's the bit at the end when they blow everything up and stuff, and well, that's about it, really, isn't it? I mean, even the climax is like he goes "adios, motherfucker," and just blows up the truck, right?
Yeah,
and then it's like the end. P.S. The aliens were killed later.
He died returning to his home.
They literally died on the way back to their home planet.
Yeah, but yeah, in terms of technically, the direction is not awful. It's okay, especially for a debut.
Was it him or was it Romero? But basically, it should have been John Carpenter or Steven Spielberg or Or maybe like Robert Zemeckis or something, someone who's like a bit fun. Joe Dante.
Robert Zemeckis wouldn't have killed off them kids.
No, which is a shame. That's what's missing from every movie. Every movie should just have a kid that gets exploded halfway through.
John Carpenter would have killed those kids.
Yeah.
Assault on Precinct 13. He killed a kid.
Or, done something, right? So
off that little girl at the start of the movie. That's how you start it off. Points to Carpenter.
Carpenter.
Infanticide.
Honey, come on over here, sugar buns. This machine just called me an asshole.
What's your favorite heavy metal song about a car, truck?
About a car, truck, or other. You go back in time, there's like Highway Star, Radar Love.
Highway Star is good because it's like the other big bands at the time are like, Black Sabbath's like war is evil and terrible and we're all in trouble, and Led Zeppelin's like, hey, like high fantasy, we're off into, the cosmos and all this kind of stuff. And Deep Purple's like, I wish I could drive my car in space.
It's fair enough, really. I'd like to drive a car in space. That would be fun. Those are good ones. What else is? If you go back a few years, you got Dracula, Rob Zombie, which is possibly the dumbest song ever written, but also a dance floor banger.
It still makes it into the Matrix, right? So
it does, yeah, in some sort of form. But it's become sort of a meme now.
Is it Dracula's car, or is it just a car that also drinks blood?
The Dracula is the car from the Munsters.
It's not like I bought a vampire motorcycle. It's like a different.
No, it's the name of the Munsters car, as far as I recall. So that's why he is directing that awful-looking Munsters movie. Well, anything by Saxon, basically. That's always good, Whereas, like, Iron Maiden were ripping off, like, Dune and other literary. Yeah, but, like, Saxon were basically taking their song inspiration from Haynes manuals.
So, like Tank. That works. Or Waiting for the Bus by ZZ Top. There you go. That would be good.
I don't know. All of their songs, I mean, their mascot is a car for ZZ Top. Like, most bands have mascots are like monsters and skulls and shit like that. And there's just the Eliminator car, which is just brave.
What's the best and worst piece of machinery to get possessed by aliens and have a go at you?
I don't know. The best would be one of those little chattering teeth things that walks along your desk.
Isn't there a Stephen King story about some haunted, wind-up chattering teeth? Isn't there? So
is there? It wouldn't surprise me. What would be the worst one? I guess the entire internet would be
combine harvester. Imagine that coming at you.
Yeah, it'd be quite bad, but they don't have a tight turning circle, do they?
So if you
run in a serpentine fashion,
you could probably get away from it pretty easily. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. What is your favorite or best metal song about a vehicle of some variety?
I think, Waiting for the Bus, ZZ Top. I think that's good. Most bus-based songs, like by ZZ Top, like Jesus Just Left Chicago. There's another one. Formula One by Primal Fear. There you go.
Yeah, Primal Fear like to write songs about going very fast.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So there we go. That's fine. And fuck it, those will do. Those are my favorite songs ever about vehicles.
About vehicular stuff.
So basically what we're saying is Maximum Overdrive is a complete fucking washout with shitty performances, reasonable cinematography at points, extra points for infanticide.
Yes.
And we've literally got nothing to say about it. And we've got stuff to say about fucking everything normally. So,
we can hold court about fucking crisps. But this movie is beige when it comes to this kind of thing. So we could wrap this one.
Story?
No.
It's.
I don't. There was a movie. I'd have to read the book if there's a movie.
Pull in there, and if you don't get your hand off my leg, you're going to be wiping your ass with a hook the next time you take a dump.
That's right. I never heard no talk like that when I was a boy.
Okay, so we have to rate this thing.
Yeah, it's not going to get a high rating. Okay, so it's most metal attribute probably soundtrack, right?
For the listeners' benefit, of course, the movies are rated on 3 points on a 3-point system, right? So movies are rated on their metal soundtrack, their metal aesthetic, and the people who are metal that are what are in the movie, right? So
correct. Yes.
Those are the 3 things. So what's the most metal thing about this movie out of those 3 things?
It's got to be the soundtrack, really.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, AC/DC aren't like the heaviest band in the universe or anything, but they are, there'll be people tweeting us or something saying, oh, they're hard rock, not heavy metal, but AC/DC are a heavy metal band, right? They're like, you know.
I mean, again, I think we came back on this one on our first episode. Listeners, go back and listen to the first one. It explains things. We are judging these, the definition of heavy metal at the time of the movie's making. And I think AC/DC were cover stars in Kerrang and Metal Forces and Metal Hammer in 1986. So I think at the time, definitely a heavy metal band. So they are heavy metal. It's a good album.
Yeah. It's not their best, it's not their worst, but also it's a compilation album for the most part. Yeah. Well, I guess compilation albums, you can talk about this one in 2 ways. You can either judge it on the quality of the new material included, one of which, Who Made Who is like a pretty classic track by them, let's be honest, but a stopgap album. Or you can judge it from a curator's point of view. You can say, it's like, if you had free reign to put together an AC/DC album in 1986, what would you stick on there? There's You Shook Me All Night Long, which was probably their most popular hit single ever at that point, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. There's Sink the Pink for Fly on the Wall, which is like I've got a soft spot for Fly on the Wall, but it's not a great intellectual work, shall we say?
No. Sophistication was not on the agenda.
You've got Ride On, it's like the slow kind of bit of a departure from back in Bon Scott's days. Hell's Bells, again, like awesome. Shake Your Foundations is also from Fly on the Wall, and For Those About to Rock. And it's like...
It's decent.
So Back in Black came out in like 80, and then...
Yeah, 1980, right?
Yeah, For Those About to Rock is 81. So this is only like 5 years later, and half of this album is tracks from those 2 albums, and then 2 of them are just kind of blues jams, and then there's one. So this is basically a single with like
it's kind of filler, isn't it?
And the album before that, there's 2 songs from that which were like, because the album before that didn't do very well because it wasn't particularly great. So
yeah, it's hard to judge a soundtrack when it's just one band. I personally, if you pick up a soundtrack for a movie when you used to buy CDs and records and things before just streaming everything, like picking up a soundtrack album was quite a good thing to do, because you'd get.
I don't know. I used to go and get a tape and then record it at home, and then take it back and say I got it as a gift, and I'd already, and then get another one, and then exchange that with a mate of mine who he'd then do the same thing, and that way we'd build up the collection.
So it was you that killed music.
Yes,
by home taping.
I've been helping to kill music since the late 80s, basically. Yeah. And music is dead now, as we know, right?
100%. I have not heard a song in 3 years.
Yeah.
Picking up like a soundtrack album was quite good, because you'd watch the movie and you'd be like, oh, that song's pretty cool, and then you'd get like the rest of them, and you might discover a new band or something like that. I at least thought that was quite a fun thing to do. And I think a lot of people got into metal through soundtracks from popular movies like The Matrix, which had Monster Magnet on it and stuff like that. So
it was a big thing in the 90s, wasn't it? I think we're going to talk about in a few weeks, like Judgment Night and
Judgment Night. But yeah, even bigger movies, there'd occasionally be like a metal song. The Crow had like some pretty badass songs on it. Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And so you might like the aesthetic of the movie and not really know the music, but you'd be like, I like this. What is it? And then you'd go and listen to the soundtrack, and then that would be like a nice sort of gateway into things. Whereas having a soundtrack by possibly the most popular rock band in the world at the time.
That's a good point. Okay. Most popular rock band in the world and most popular horror author in the world. Produce a movie, and it's this.
It kind of stinks. It's like, oh no, you could have done better.
So Stephen King plays in a band, right? But they're one of those like middle American. I mean, he's on the East Coast, obviously, but it's like a mid-American kind of hard boogie kind of blues band, like the sort of band that would be playing in Roadhouse. Do you know what I mean? So,
behind
I bet they've got like an organ player as well, and all their songs are not even about bad loving women at truck stops. I bet they're upbeat, and they're playing while some poor waitress is getting goosed, and by dickheads, that kind of thing.
So I think they look like they'd sound like the blues band from Ghost World.
Yeah, exactly. What they call Blues Hammer.
Blues Hammer. Yeah. There you go. That shows quite how nerdy we've gotten. Yeah. Like, we've been picking cotton. You're like, no, you haven't.
Basically, the worst possible end point of both blues and like metal and rock. Just, if you're doing that kind of music, stop it at once. Basically, so anyway, where are we ranking this album? The albums.
So in terms of like the soundtrack, I mean, I like AC/DC, but I think I prefer like a nice one or two tracks on the soundtrack should be AC/DC. They're a great needle drop. Like Back in Black is a great needle drop on a soundtrack. Hell's Bells, that's another great one. TNT, I don't know.
Iron Man soundtrack, you can buy that, and that's all AC/DC, apart from a little bit.
All AC/DC and some Sabbath, obviously.
Yeah, and it's like, there's like one Sabbath song, obviously, and a bit of suicidal tendencies in the actual movie when he's fixing his car or whatever. But that's like used quite well, because Back in Black should be played when you fire a missile at someone. The official soundtrack of Missiles Everywhere is Back in Black.
But yeah, so in terms of where I put, I think soundtrack needs to be the first rating, and it's a 3 or a 4, I think. Because it sucks.
Say 3 because it's fine. Like, it's good music. It's just not used well, or it's weirdly like too much AC/DC, or it's just not timed right or something.
Yeah, that's what it requires. The tactical use of AC/DC. You can't just flood AC/DC into a movie and expect it to be good. They have to be used sparingly at the right time, and they did not. No, but yeah, if you want to go for a 3, I agree. A 3 for metal music.
And this is the first column, so this is 300 points for soundtrack.
300 points.
Right?
Yeah.
So then we could go either, right? Aesthetic is probably next.
I don't think there's anyone who is metal in this movie. Maybe the truck, because it's made of metal. Its circuits gleam. But this, I think there's more of a metal aesthetic, because rocket launchers, trucks, vehicular death, lawnmower death.
Lawnmower Deth.
The Lawnmower Deth in there.
The Lawnmower Deth are in there.
Maybe they've got the name from the movie. We should ask them. Lawnmower Deth, please write in.
Get Lawnmower Deth on, and they can talk about just lawnmower deaths in movies. There's got to be more than one.
There's definitely more than one. Brain Dead has a good Lawnmower Deth scene.
Yeah, I don't like Brain Dead.
It's good. I think it's a good movie. It doesn't go far enough into, death machines. So to me, it's probably a 2.
It's got some explosions. It's got some big trucks, but none of them are monster trucks, which are more metal. There's no Truckosaurus. So, I wonder what Truckosaurus was doing when it got taken over by aliens. That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
I'd watch that movie. Let's give it a 2. It's got some metal objects in it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think like those 2 guys when the bridge goes up who climb out of the van, are they metalheads or are they like Cheech and Chong eras?
I think they look like Cheech Chongies.
Okay. Cheech
Chongies. I'm not sure if that's.
I hope that's not racist or anything.
I don't think
Tommy
so.
Or anything.
No, that's not racist. There's no race of Cheech and Chongs.
Let us know. Send us a write-in or send a smoke signal or something.
Very good. Very good.
Hey, do you know another tune, man? Gee.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man. What? Okay, get in your left lane, man.
What?
Get in your left lane.
Left?
Right.
Right. Oh, right. Okay.
No, your left lane, man.
All right, yeah, so that's 2. So that's 320 we're up to at the moment. And then
metal people.
There's no one who's metal in this, are there? So nothing. So 320 points.
Yeah, a big fat 0 for.
Is that less than heavy metal, which we fucking hated?
I think it might. Remember, these are not ratings of quality of movie. These are ratings of how metal the movie is.
Yeah, I think that might be our lowest score. I'm sad we picked this movie because it holds such promise.
It does. It's also called Maximum Overdrive, which is a really metal title.
Yeah.
But yet, here we sit, all broken-hearted.
Let us sit.
Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, fucking hell.
Dear me.
Okay, so Maximum Overdrive, a forgettable folly that's not particularly metal. There we go. What do you want to talk about next?
Didn't we have a plan? We had a plan for this, didn't we?
I was going to suggest that we came forward in time a bit and did something that was a bit more. We've done a lot of movies that are like hard rock based and 80s movies, basically, right? Which is not a bad thing. But do you want to do something a bit more modern and a bit more brutal? Or
we can go to Brutal Town. We can
take it down to Brutal Town. Is that weird?
Yeah, we can go slam. We can do some blast beats.
Do you want to do one of those 90s movies with weird rap rock soundtracks? Do you want to do Spawn?
We could do Spawn. Let's do Spawn, because I don't think anyone will want to do Spawn. I don't think anyone's going to say, what's your favorite heavy metal movie, guys from Caligram? And they'll be like, it's Spawn. That's not going to happen.
All right, so... Yeah, okay. So in our next episode, let's pull things forward in time, a full decade a full 11 years, in fact. Let's talk about an elite mercenary who's killed, goes to hell, makes a reluctant deal with the devil, tries to be heroic, has to fight off a clown, and, I don't know, Todd McFarlane's involved as well in these things.
On the face of it, it sounds metal as fuck, doesn't it?
It's got explosions, hell, mercenaries. I don't know about the clown. I mean, I'm not sure if that's metal, but a clown's metal? I hope not. So
it might be. I don't know. People in the 90s had like a clown look, didn't they? Let's do Spawn.
Yay, Spawn from 1997. All right, that will be the next episode because why not, hey?
I think I recall it being a really fun movie with really shit CGI. I wonder if it's true. I wonder if my memory is good.
Sounds good. All right. Well, okay. In that case, we will see you next week when we will talk about a movie that we might actually enjoy, possibly for all the wrong reasons. 1997's Spawn, directed by Mark A.Z. Dippé and based on Todd McFarlane's classic Image comic. As always, I've been Matt. Who are you?
I've been Tom, and I've been disappointed this week.
I know. We've left this with this has left a sour taste in my mouth that only loads of gin will wash out.
I've been drinking gin this whole time.
Hey! If you want to hear more of this sort of nonsense, then, make sure that you subscribe, leave a comment or a review. You can just say, leave a review that just says Maximum Overdrive is dog shit underneath this podcast. Because then, we'll all be on the same page. Thanks for listening, and until next time, stay metal.
Hail and kill.
Real. Real.